when you kick, it's you grab, but then you grab on, then your sisters grab onto the shoulder. Then when you go down, then you grab it and you go on top of them.
All right, I'm good. Let's do this. So we'll come back to that as well. Let's go to the next part, guys. Listen up. We have advanced rotation 6, which is what we're doing this coming rotation for the advanced class. First thing, black stripe. We have a hook kick. Give me a right side guard to begin. On your hook kick, couple things. It should look like what kind of kick before you actually throw the hook. It should look like a side kick. So you shoot the side kick, then it pulls back and through. Second thing, you get power from 2 places. When you, two muscles or 2 movements generate power on this kick. You guys know what they are?
Pivot.
Not pivot. Not pivoting this time.
The push or the thigh.
What's that? The knee and the thigh, correct. So it comes from the leg pulling, the hamstring pulling the leg that way, but it also comes from the kneecap itself. You pivoting here, pulling the entire section of the leg back gives you power as well. So I'm getting it from here by the bend of the leg, and then I'm also getting it from this section of the leg here, pulling back and across as I throw the hip. So those are the 2 places. I put it down as bending knee and pulling knee. Were the way that I, yes, pulling your knee back and then bending your knee at the same time. The last thing, what do you hit with on this kick?
The ball of your foot. Heel.
Heel or bottom of.
You are all correct. Yes, both are right. It can be heel or ball of the foot. The difference would be in sparring, I'm going to hit you with the ball on my foot because I'm a nice guy and I care about you guys. As far as actual hitting hard, if I'm hitting a shield, I'm hitting with the heel. It drives a harder hit. There's less flex. There's less cushion that's given. Is he nice to you guys? That's good. The next thing.
That's what he was saying. That's exactly what he was saying.
I'm taking my spot again.
The defensive hook kick. On the defensive hook kick, have you guys seen the defensive hook kicks?
I don't think so.
Slide back.
Yes, but it's it's not stepping back. It's more of a. The way I learned this, was Isabel. Can you hear for a second? I went to blitz against a guy named Mr. Hudson, Jason Hudson. Jason Hudson looks like Goliath from the Bible. If there was a human representation, he looks like that. Huge. And I went to blitz in on him. That's how brave I was. That's how dumb I was. I went to blitz in on him with a back fist. You'll see here for a second.
You got his belly button.
And when he threw the punch, yeah, it felt like that. Hold a punch out. When he went to throw a punch at me, as the punch came in to hit me, I got hit in the back of the head. I went, pow! I thought, who's joined the fight? So a defensive hook kick is as the back fist is coming in, you turn, boom, and you hit him in the back of the head with the kick. And the trick to the kick is this. Thank you, baby. Jump back. The trick to the kick is this.
The Colleen kick.
Yes. So you turn the knee. If I do a regular hook kick and my leg is flat, like a side kick, like it's supposed to be on a hook kick, that's a hook kick. A defensive hook kick, the only difference in my foot being this high and my foot being an extra foot higher is turning the knee down gives me an extra foot of height. So it's not a good pushing move, but if somebody's blitzing on you anyways, it's a great way to smack them in the back and they won't see it coming, or get under their guard and catch them in the ribs. So the trick is you're here, you just turn your body away a little bit and then throw, it's like a scoop kick. You just turn the knee down and shoot the kick up. What's that?
Scoop
It's
kick
a
to the
scoop
air.
kick to the air, so you instead of catching the groin, you catch the back of the head. Yeah, exactly, perfect.
So we're calling that defensive.
That's a
hook kick.
defensive hook kick, correct. So there's 2 things. One, you chamber pointing the knee which direction?
Down.
Down. The second bullet point question is your body should be facing where? Away. The more you turn away, the more the knee turns down. It's good across the board. The next thing you guys have, a spin hook kick. For a spin hook kick, you keep eye contact or break eye contact? You break eye contact. So if we're in a right side, I appreciated you saying, let's go left side. I didn't want to do a spin hook kick on my right side either. If you're in a left side guard for a spin hook kick, we have to turn to break eye contact. From there, the kicking leg is which leg? The forward or the rear leg?
Rear.
The rear leg. The far leg is the one that's going to come around and throw the hook kick before you come back through. I have another testing point on this I'll add next time. When you throw the spinning hook kick, does your leg come? What would make the difference between your leg coming all the way back around or not coming back around? You guys know?
Flexibility.
Pivot.
What you hit. If I do a spin hook kick to your body, I am not going to go all the way through. If I hit you in the head, so Jade, I'm talking about you. Listen to me. If I do a spin hook kick to the head, I'm gonna be able to pull all the way through. So spin hook kick in class or in forms, if you see a spin hook kick, we go like that, it's because we were planning on hitting him in the head and we came all the way through. If you see some spin hook kicks in our forms where we hit, boom, and then we step into it, it's because we hit them in the body in that part of the form, and you're not gonna finish that spin through. You make a note on that for next time around.
Everyone scoop kick question.
I think it's about the right height we could all probably get.
All right, next. So blue stripes. Blue stripes, Eskrima 2. Everyone pull out your imaginary Eskrima sticks real quick.
Are we actually getting them, or are we still with a hand?
Imaginary.
Okay.
It's imaginary is fine. So, just imaginary is fine. We'll do a quick run through. So section 1, we'll do one time. We'll go into section 2. I want to do the, we talked about this, we'll do the original, the way that it was originally done. So we're facing here. Section 2, we're facing the beginning. Let's start from section 1. 1 is jaw, body, down. You come up, you double down. You fold, cross chop, axe chop, straight chop, spin cross chop, axe chop, straight chop as you land in a horse stance. Section 2, you're gonna fold the arms. We're gonna do 6 strikes to this corner. We step back, and every time we go to the corner with the original way it was done, it's always a cross chop, axe chop. So we go cross chop, axe chop. So we just did 1 across and 1 down. Now we're gonna do 2 across and then 2 down. So the 2 across are gonna be to the rib cage and the face, 2 across, and then 2 down, right and then left. So one more time, just so you can see that again. So we're here, we go to the corner, it goes 1 across, cross chop, 1 down, axe chop, 2 across, 2 down. And then you fold just like before, you spin, you hit to the front, you come the rest of the way through, you're gonna throw your cross chop, and this time you do a high block with a straight chop to the side of the face. You come up to your right side guard, boom, and that's the beginning of section 3, is it not?
Yes,
And then we
sir.
go into section 3. All right, so that's pretty simple. It's just the 6 to the corner.
It's not, okay.
Make sense?
Yeah, we learned it with the 5.
Correct, with the spin around 5 count. And the reason I wanted to go back to the original way is that way when people are learning 5 count in one rotation, it is its own thing. They get to learn, there's more learning involved as far as it, and it makes it so it's a consistent. Every time you go to this corner, cross chop, axe chop. It makes it easier to segment teaching people all the paths. The next thing you guys have, this is the wrong page, I don't know why I'm looking at that.
Can you teach them that any other time, or is that the only time they see here?
That's the only time we do that type of combination, correct. The next one you guys have, orange stripes for this rotation. You have a wrist grab across into a hip toss. So that means if we're facing our opponent, we take our right, we reach to their right, and we grab their hand. You're gonna step underneath, and you're gonna go for a hip toss to throw them to the ground. There are
Before you go, their arm goes over your shoulder.
That's the next thing I was about to say. There are 2 ways you can do this. Yes, sir.
You can also, when you grab, you can also pop it like that.
There are 2, I just said there are 2 ways you can do this. Option 1, there's a nice way and a mean way. This is the same as, I'm gonna show both. Maybe you help me again, for a second. So the nice way versus the mean way, if you will stand right here for a second, Isabel. So it actually stand, yeah, it's fine. Come over to the side a little bit, right there. So if Isabel's here, if I take my right hand and I step through like this, it's okay to go with your second hand as well. But the nice way is this. If I'm here, just like bear hug from behind, I'm going to trap her arm. Let me ask you guys, I'll show you both. You tell me which is the nice, which is the mean. I can either trap the arm here and go for the throw, or I can go here and go for the throw. Which is nice, which is mean?
I think
The
the first one's
goes
nice.
over.
The first one is nice. The first one here, if I go trapping, I want to get above the elbow. If I trap with the crook of my elbow right there, the bend in my elbow, and I step to here, when I turn, it will trip her over the leg, so she does a swinging motion going down. The mean way, correct, the mean way is if I shoot all the way under, I want to put her arm against the side of my neck, and I want to pull all the way, because if it's locked in, that way when I lean forward, she's going to go up and over, and I just turn. I would grab here or here, but I would turn that way, thank you ma'am. I would turn this way, which takes them over your head. However, there's one more thing there. When you're doing that type of throw, Everyone go here, grab their hand, put them in the crook of the elbow first. If you're here, you have to get that wide horse stance. These are the reasons we do deep stances. The only real reason, as far as like kicks and things, doesn't matter except for setting you up for throws like this. So when we're here, you would turn and the knee turns with you so they don't get hurt. Or you don't get hurt, I should say. The other one, you slide them up against your neck, you get them all the way against your neck, and you pull them all the way out so they don't have any wiggle room. You trap here or on their shoulder, and to get them going, it is not a bow. It is going from a horse stance to more of a ready position. You go from here to there. I'm popping my hips up as I do the rest of the motion because that first initial hip pop takes their grip on the ground away and they lose balance. So the two differences, the nice way, you trap them in the elbow. The mean way, you put them against the neck. Okay. The next thing, the combination, I don't have any testing points on these two, but we'll go through them real quick. Your sparring combination is to do a step through, spin hook kick, blitz back fist, reverse punch. So on the step through spin hook kick, if we're in a right side guard here, we are going to step through and then throw your spin hook kick. The blitz, if I throw my hook kick and I land close to my other foot, that is going to give me the momentum to dive in with the blitz back fist as well. And then follow up with a reverse punch. So the key is to make sure your lead foot comes down right next to your other one. So again, if I'm here, something I like doing, I did this last rotation, I'll have people pick their knee up high as if they're going to kick, just so it's a fake. If I'm here, rather than just stepping in, and it's not required, but a lot of times, I'll take this foot and I'll pick it up, boom, and it looks like a front kick is coming. Their brain says, all the red flags, front kick, and then they don't see you coming when the second one comes through. This one, I just turned too far. It should be there, and notice I didn't pull through on the hip. And as it comes down, I dive off, back fist, reverse punch. Let's do it one more time together. Everyone put your right side guard back. So take your left leg. We haven't stretched in the last while, so don't do it high. Step through, spin hook, put it down, dive off, back fist, and reverse punch. Number next.
Stepping through reverse punch?
What's that?
So when you blitz.
I'm diving, correct. So when I come in, the key to that though is that off the blitz, this foot is coming here. If you blitz off this foot, the next foot that steps should be the other foot.
Okay.
That makes sense, you should be moving forward. All right, slide back. The next one. Your fighting combination is to do a left palm heel to the same side. So if we're here, we palm heel them in the shoulder, we step a little bit so we can straight chop them in the side of the neck. And as you hit them, they should lean out just a little, which sets you up to come across with a forward elbow across the face. So it goes palm heel, straight chop, forward elbow. Let's do it together one more time. We're here. We palm heel on the shoulder, step out with your straight chop to hit them, and then from there you come through with your left forward elbow. All right, bye bye. Yes, ma'am. Awesome, thank you, ma'am. The next one, so that's it for that one. Advanced green. We have 3 things on green week. We have your bear hug from the front. We have your self-defense number 6. And we have ground underneath if they're choking you going to a Japanese armbar. So to start, bear hug from the front. If they grab you bear hug, we take a deep breath. We step back, we do a double rich hand at the groin. Pow. From there, you do underhooks under the arms. You do 3 knees. 1, 2, and 3. You are allowed, it's not part of the curriculum, not required. It was originally taught to me by throwing 3. Release one arm, keeping the other underhook in. If you let one arm out and you just knee them in the ribs 3 times, where will their hand go? Down to the ribs. And then when their hand drops, you come across the forward elbow to the face while maintaining that underhook on the other side. So, I know, because 3 knees to the groin and rib area was...
And I just went, ooh.
3 knees to the groin and ribs were not enough. The elbows just to make sure they understood. And it's a way of saying everybody else should know you did something stupid as well. Like if you just knee on the body, nobody knows.
It's wiping their tears, sir.
Yeah, wipe their tears. Here we go, one more time together. We're here. So they grab us in a bear hug. This is over the arms now. We step back, double rich into the groin. Underhooks, throw your 3. 1, 2, and 3. Release. I prefer to release whichever knee is back. That's the hand I'm going to release so I can push off with that forward elbow to hit him in the face.
Now we're working together.
So the question is this.
Technically, we're at chop all together.
The only testing question is this. When you throw that double ridge hand, are your hips staying, what's happening upper body versus lower body?
Upper body is staying straight while you move back.
What's that?
Upper body is staying straight while you move back.
Yes
It's kind of lower.
and no. It goes lower, but your upper body stays the same distance from them. When you're practicing this, your upper body, if they are right here, they're literally holding you. So if you're practicing, you can't practice going like this. You have to practice just your hips move. My upper body stays right where it is. Just my hips move away to create a gap. Boom, as I throw that ridge hand. And that way it gives me the hit, but I have that room. After that, they will create a little gap for us, or a little space, which lets us set up for the elbows, or the underhooks and then the knees.
We
Mr.
curse
Bryant?
that gap.
Are these supposed to be straight knees or angle knees?
Good question. It depends on what you got. However close they are, if you can throw, I usually practice throwing angle knees because I know I'm going to go get that side shot to the body. But if you can get that shot to the groin, it only takes one of the ones. So you can. It's like a 1-to-3 ratio. It's like when you cook with different things. If you cook with one type of sugar, you need this. If you cook with a sweetener, you need this instead.
Yeah.
One knee to the groin counts for 3 knees to the ribs. That's not true. That's very underproportioned. You understand what I'm saying, though. So,
More like 10 to the ribs.
yeah. All right, the other, I take it back. There's one other thing. Let's see here. Nope. Did that one. Did that one. Self-defense number 6. So self-defense number 6.
Oh, yeah, we did that one.
We are here.
Bam,
6 is when it changes. That's right.
switch.
Yes, ma'am.
Kick.
Yes. So self-defense number 6. We're here. We're gonna take our right hand. We're gonna do an inside block against the punch coming in. From there, the same hand is gonna do a hammer fist across the face. That sets you up for a reverse punch into the rib cage. Your right leg, that's a switch kick. You're gonna switch and come across the thigh hard, and as it drops their knee out, you come across with a left forward elbow. So one more time, we're here. Self-defense 6, the punch comes in. As it does, we do an inside block. We do a hammer fist, a reverse punch, switch kick, and then forward elbow. The question is this: on the inside block, do you pivot your hips, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, you pivot on the inside block. Second question, on the hammer fist, do you pivot your hips, yes or no?
No.
No, correct. So on the inside block, I do pivot.
So on the
On the hammer
inside
fist, I do
block?
not.
Sir, on the inside block, most of the time when we've been doing this, we've always been doing it from the stop, don't touch me part.
Mhm.
So for that part, what I always had to do for inside block is I bring the left foot back.
You have to step, correct. Either way, you need that pivot, correct. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. So from there, the next thing,
Ground.
Open the gate.
I like to step out with my right leg. Because that's moving my head up.
It's my thing about my whole concept of move out of the way, so even if they, because if you just, all you do is this, if you're still there, they can still, if they get a piece of it, they can still get a part of you. This way, if you come all the way that way.
you have more torque if you step back, and it buys you time if you
Yes.
step back. That's if your foot's in the right position. If you're side by side, I do step back as well. If you're already in this position, I would step to the outside if I
Yeah,
was in that
that's what I was
position.
saying.
If I'm correct, if I'm
Well, yeah,
here,
you can do, well,
I
see,
would
I was just,
step to the outside, fine. But if you're in position to
I feel
step
like
back,
that
I
moves
step
my
back.
head more out of the way.
Correct. That's the main, obviously, that's the main goal.
Almost like a cat stand.
See, the next one you guys have, and the last one for this rotation, is ground fighting. It is underneath with us having guard. They go to choke us, and we have to put them in a Japanese arm bar. So what's gonna happen is this. Let's see.
is this the chest compression one, or we're on to, or we?
This is the reverse position. You are underneath them, and they're choking down on you. You gotta
Shrink
so
and then
this is the one where you kick the axe kick over the head and then pull them down into the
Okay.
position. The 3 questions on this, I'll hit you with first, and then I'll show you how this works. The first one is to protect yourself. Well, I'll show you that when we get to it. Which way you turn, and the last one is how do you get the axe kick. Okay, so watch. Not for this one. I need to make sure that the camera is covering the guard. Major help, Mr. Brendel, for this one. Oh, it's still recording. Okay. Why is it on low battery? It's plugged in. Selfish phone. Nothing. Maybe the battery. Maybe the outlets aren't working on it. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Okay, real quick though. We have time. I should look to see if. Actually, we have to go on that line. So if I'm right here, Mr. Brendel, if you'll come here. if I have guard, he's on his knees. From this position, if he going to choke me, go to choke. When he's choking, I'm gonna take both hands, I'm gonna trap one of his hands. If I'm trapping his right hand, this is one of the test questions. If I'm trapping his right hand, I need to turn my head to the right side. So I'm gonna put one foot down on the ground. It could be either foot. I have an easier time with my left foot on this one. I'm gonna go trap, I'm gonna kick my feet out. I'm gonna turn to here some. As I kick to here, I'm gonna take this leg and throw an axe kick over the head. The reason I turn, if I'm grabbing his right hand, I turn to my right so that as I throw this axe kick over, it's more of an axe kick rather than a crescent kick. Crescent kick is hard to do. Axe kick, a lot easier. I'll do my axe kick, I push him down. Once he's here, this is also part of the testing questions. I need to cross, I want my legs tight. If I can cross my hand, that's fine, or my feet, that's fine. This is the best, but I want my legs crossed to protect me from getting hurt, as well as if I can pull him up, I want to be past his elbow here. I'm going to turn his palm this way, and I'm going to apply pressure on his elbow against the thigh on this side, just like that. You feel it yet? Yeah. Okay, so one more time. Mr. Brendell's on top, he goes to choke. From here, I'm going to go here and kick my hips out to the side, go over, and then push down, and then cross and lock to the side, just like that. Thank you, sir. Let's do it together one time. Everyone lay down.
I'm gonna get back up.
That's okay. Just don't snore audibly. As long as nobody knows you're sleeping, it's fine. Here we go. Hopefully I was in the camera for that. I don't know. We're gonna go both hands. Let's assume they're grabbing with both hands. Take both your hands. Left hand, grab palm down on top of their right wrist, so the same side as your left hand. Take your right hand, go underneath their wrist, and then grab on top of their right wrist as well. If we're grabbing their right wrist, which direction do we turn our head?
Right.
Correct. If we're grabbing their right, we turn to our right. Our left foot does what?
Post.
Axe kick.
Axe kick over. Push them down, cross. Oh, I gave the answer away already. What do you do next? Cross your knees, and then tighten your knees. The tighter the knees, the safer you are. You want to turn their palm that way, just a little bit, which means if their palm is turned this way, which way am I going to pull their arm? To my right. I'll pull that direction to lock it out. All right, that is everything. Hop up. We will grab our sheets. It is test time.